If you haven't gathered, we're talking about this 20,000 email dump that we've gotten from the House Oversight Committee. There are some where it's like, okay, so he can type.
These emails span 10 years, from 2009 to 2019. There are tens of thousands.
Isn't it crazy? It basically goes right up to like, the reason they stop is because he gets arrested.
Yeah.
What's become apparent is that like everyone throughout this elite class, this is not a Republican thing.
Yeah.
Every elite has weirdly come in contact with this fucking freak.
I think the academics are innocent.
Remember when we stayed up all night, like working on that code or whatever?
Yeah.
And it was so, where every other section of the book was like, I can't get off if I'm not choking a child. Isn't that right, Jeff? We like this kind of stuff, don't we?
And then Jonathan Farkas writes back and goes, Jeffrey, please help me here. Is she a hooker?
Liar, period. Alcoholic, period.
And then Farkas is still confused. Jeffrey, please help me here. Is she a hooker?
All of these just pathetic weirdos.
Help. I need help.
Married and just
What do
like,
I do? Oh, okay, let's get this ready to go. Okay, hey, everybody. Why don't you welcome back to the show? Emil,
why don't you welcome yourself back?
Tabata man? You want to Tabata
that's on
us?
me.
Everybody's talking about the Ben and Emil show. We are hot.
And we're denying all allegations.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
Wouldn't everybody agree that Emil's lips, there goes the beep heads. Emil's lips look so kissable right now. He just lubed them up before the show.
It's the weather.
He was going,
the weather here.
The
in LA
weather make my lips.
has changed dramatically.
Oh,
There's been a
yeah.
barometric pressure drop.
Yeah.
I'm dry as hell over here. My lips.
Barometric pressure, which is, of course, the thing that measures the amount of bears in the air. It's called a barometric. Man, I fucking hate myself. Emil's got a new show. It's called Last Chance to
That
See.
will give this.
You got to go check that out because it's really good, and he's working very hard on it. I'm
And,
working very hard on 3 Thumbs Up, the movie podcast.
I wish I had another one to give it to him.
Mm.
You can't see, but I have a heart on. That's the third.
Yeah, he
thumb up.
does. He's got a big fat boner. And of course, as always, the credit card list is up for you to go explore and get yourself. Why don't you get yourself a credit card? Get yourself that American Express Gold card or the Chase Sapphire card. They got some big sign up bonuses that might go away at any point, so you might as well take advantage of them while you can. Emil, I'm very excited. You know why?
About the heart on thing.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll deal with that later. But I'm excited because we might finally find out who done.
Or what is happening on Lost, the TV show.
Yeah, what's up
with the bears?
What's up?
Why is there polar bears?
There's bears? There's
There were
polar bears?
polar bears on the island. Yeah.
That show sounds like it was a mess.
It was
I'm
great.
glad
Honestly,
I never got
it was
into
so fun. What a fun ride. We're not here to talk about Lost, though. Please tell me why you're excited.
I'm excited for us to potentially find out once and for all who is in the Epstein files, but
We're finding out who's
Man.
in the Epstein files.
I don't think I go back and forth because it's like if there was nothing there, Trump wouldn't be so gung-ho about until very recently. He wouldn't have been so gung-ho about trying to stop it and get people to stop talking about it. Maybe it's just because he knew him being so much as mentioned was a bad look. But
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think there's been a lot of people who have said, why haven't these come out earlier? People were talking about how, the Biden Department of Justice could have subpoenaed a lot of these emails. They had these, at least Ghislaine Maxwell's email.
Ghislaine?
Is that how it's supposed to be said?
I just like saying that.
Okay. Yeah, these are just regular Gmail accounts. These files could have came out a long time ago. And I think, honestly, it's not something Democrats want to prioritize doing it because this is not a Republican problem. Here he goes.
Right.
Bless you. Bless you, pal. He's almost done. And he had one more.
Fuck,
it's
man.
okay.
I hate this.
It's not just a Republican problem. And I think it's
It's not just Democrats.
but because God, Larry Summers.
Oh boy, that
my
guy, my brother. I wouldn't
former
say that.
Treasury Secretary, former president of Harvard.
Yeah,
beloved,
disgraced
liberal elite. My guy could not stop confiding in his pedophile pimp.
I love to talk to Jeff Epstein. I love him. I love him.
And his wife had to go and get some too. It's unbelievable. And then, I mean, Steve Bannon, it's all across the board.
Stevie B?
If you haven't gathered, we're talking about this 20,000 email dump that we've gotten from the House Oversight Committee. It's obviously, it's difficult trying to make a narrative out of this thing.
Know.
I mean, I've even seen, I forget which article it was, but the New York Times is trying to comb through it and do it. And like in one of them, they were basically just like, give us a second. We're working around the clock. There's 20,000 emails. And it's honestly, it's not easy to read, because you're like,
you're going through a chain.
Yeah, you're going through a chain. So you basically have to read backwards up. And then it's, and there were some iMessages released. It's,
how did they get all of these? Doesn't Gmail delete your emails in the trash after a certain point? Automatically or something?
That's a good question. I don't know how they're storing this data.
Gmail is
a
very
lot of people
confusing.
also, which I've realized, which I think is probably better, and I've started to do it. A lot of people, if you're done with an email in your inbox, do you just hit trash or do you archive it?
I hit trash.
I hit trash too, but I realized a lot of people just archive it, which I've started doing because it is nice to be able to just pull back things.
Okay.
So these may not have been deleted emails. He may be someone who just archives it. Also, as you're seeing, if you've been reading any of these emails, it's very boomer coded. I mean, the typing.
The man couldn't type for shit.
Which I imagine is maybe because he's on an iPad.
Probably.
You ever tried to type on an iPad?
It's very hard. You just say, fuck it. That's good
There's
enough.
a lot of sent from my iPad.
Oh, got it.
And it's, boomers using iPhones too, sent from my iPhone. Who knows? Because there are some where it's like, okay, so he can type. But a lot of them are just like, it's not even misspellings. It's completely removing, like, just getting rid of two. It's, it's like, it's very weird.
Getting rid of two?
Instead of saying, I'm going to the market, it's just like, going market. Need anything or something? It's just like, it's super,
just super short-handy. Yeah. Well, he was a man about town. He had no time.
Right.
In the middle of foot M. Need come? Jesus.
But yeah, so the reason all these leaked is because at first Democrats on the House Oversight Committee released these 3 emails with the victims redacted and some information redacted. And then because they make Trump look bad, it makes Trump look really bad. I mean, I wonder if we should just pull those up to start. But then the House Republicans clapped back with like 20,000 unredacted emails.
I mean, if this feels like the biggest, between this and like the JFK assassination, it feels like the biggest, the like elites, for lack of a better word, versus everybody else kind of thing, where it's like, we really have no idea what's really going on. What's really, I don't know if you saw that today, Mark Epstein, Jeff Epstein's brother, was on Cuomo's show. Chris,
No, I did not.
he was on
This
Chris.
is the one famously who was making the joke about Trump sucking off Bubba.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which someone on our Reddit was like, I'm so excited for them to talk about that. Mark Epstein himself said it was just a joke. We were joking around.
Which I had assumed, but
I had assumed also.
I'm not
There's
gonna
no way he's sucking off Bill Clinton. For what? To what end? Unless he's bisexual.
But I'm also not going to like publicly be like, okay, guys, let up on Trump. I'm sure he didn't actually suck.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, have at it. You know what I mean?
I think they were just having a nice little, because as we'll see, Jeff Epstein fucking hated Trump. After their falling out, especially. But
I mean,
well, wait.
We'll get it.
Mark Epstein said, by the way, it's got to suck to be Jeff Epstein's brother. Where are you, sir? Why aren't you out there telling all? Tell all. Tell us what your brother did, your sicko brother. He said that the reason why it's taking so long is that they are literally in like Arlington. Here, scroll down. I've got a link there. We can just play the clip. Epstein's brother says they're cleaning them. Here it is.
Oh, I thought we were going to get to see what he looked like. I was very
I
curious.
know.
What I do want to talk about is I've been recently told the reason they're going to be releasing these things and the reason for the flip is that they're sanitizing these files. There's a facility in Winchester, Virginia, where they're scrubbing the files to take Republican names out of it. That's what I was told by a pretty good source.
I mean,
All right,
that's
so take that with a grain of salt.
100%. That's exactly what when we were talking yesterday, you were like, why, but why is Trump pushing for them to be released now? I'm like, well, it's going to be selective. They're going to do everything they can to make him look fine and Democrats look bad.
It's just a fucking mess, man.
Oh, but also you were talking about the JFK thing. A lot of people are referring to, comparing it to Watergate. I feel like the big difference here is if this was any other person at any other time,
be retired.
He would step down.
Oh yeah, big time.
And it's step down in shame. I mean, that's what's fun. We're gonna get to all the Larry Summers stuff, but he's retreating from public life. It seems.
Let's scroll
up. That's the respectable thing to do when this happens to you.
So these emails span 10 years from 2009 to 2019. There are tens of thousands.
Isn't it crazy? It basically goes right up to like the reason they stop is because he gets arrested.
Yeah,
it's so nuts.
Yeah. He was doing all kinds of things in these emails, from giving advice, giving financial advice, legal advice, dating advice, making introductions. The majority name mentioned was Trump, over 1,000 times, more than double the next highest mentioned name, which I don't know what that was. But all of these emails occurred after their falling out. Like you said, he had some contact with Steve Bannon in 2018. He offered to set him up with country leaders.
He loved setting people up.
Oh yeah,
he was a big
schmoozer.
I do want to get. I just want to do these real quick before we get into these others. So these were the three that originally got released.
Mm-hmm.
This one's quick.
Hey everybody, we want to take a quick break to talk about your wallet. Give me your wallet.
Give it to him.
Just kidding. Having a big old chunky wallet is really annoying, and you got to grow up.
Are you George Costanzaing right now?
Yeah. What are you 12?
Are you full of crap? Because I used to be. I had a big, bulky leather wallet. I don't know what the hell I was doing with that thing, and I switched to our friends over here at Ridge Wallets.
That's exactly right.
I'm sleek as hell. You guys know I'm obsessed with everyday carry.
Yeah, man.
And now I got this. It's perfect. It fits all my cards. It slips right into my pocket. I barely feel it. I love this thing, and it's got a little money clip too.
Well, you know why? Because Ridge has been perfecting the wallet for 12 years, and they got the new Ridge 2.0. It's 10% lighter. They made it more modular with improved cash straps, money clips, and the AirTag attachments. They've also got really cool power banks that you can buy. They're really neat.
I got one of those too, and it's
fantastic.
Incredible.
It's really, I didn't know that you could make a power bank that cool. They got over 50 colors and styles to choose from. You can even get a wallet that features every NFL, MLB, or college team. So it's perfect for holiday gifting. Wink, wink. Especially since Ridge is having their biggest sale of the year right now. Plus, all Ridge wallets have a new industry-leading built-for-life warranty. So even if your wallet is lost or stolen, they got you covered. There's over 100,000 five-star reviews, proof that Ridge is a gift people love to receive. You got
to talk about the RFID technology, okay? Because you guys are going out there. You're going out there unprotected.
You're naked.
Unprotected. Please get a Ridge so you can protect yourself.
They've got RFID blocking technology, keeping you safe from digital pickpocketers. So, for a limited time, Ridge is having their huge Black Friday sale. Head to RIDGE.com to get up to 47% off your order. This is by far the biggest discount they've given all year. That's Ridge.com for up to 47% off your order during their biggest sale of the year. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. So please support our show and tell them our show sent you.
He's saying to Ghislaine, which I love his email too, jeevacation@gmail.com.
Yeah, Jeffrey something Epstein vacation.
It's ridiculous. And he says, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. And in this one, it's redacted, but it's Virginia Giuffre.
Who killed herself.
Virginia Giuffre spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned, police chief, etc. I'm 75% there. And she said, I've been thinking about that. And then the other ones were, again, redacted, Virginia Giuffre, Mar-a-Lago, Trump said he asked me to resign. Never a member ever. Of course he knew about the girls, as he asked Ghislaine to stop. So,
which I understand to mean Trump knew about the girls and asked Ghislaine to stop, aka Trump knew that Epstein was stealing staff members from Mar-a-Lago, and he had asked Ghislaine, stop doing that.
yes.
Not that it was like he's aware that we're raping and manipulating young women, and he asked Ghislaine, hey, stop doing that. Highly doubt that that's what it meant.
But I think in totality here, what you're seeing, and with this last one, is they were talking a lot about Trump's connection to Epstein and how bad it looks for him, and what people are saying about that. So this last one is a exchange between him and Michael Wolff, and he says, Michael Wolff says, I hear CNN planning to ask Trump tonight about his relationship with you, either on air or in scrum afterwards. And Epstein says, if we were able to craft an answer for him, what do you think it should be? And Wolff says, I think you should let him hang himself. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him generating a debt. Of course, it is possible that when asked, he'll say Jeffrey is a great guy and has gotten a raw deal and is a victim of political correctness, which is to be outlawed in a Trump regime. So he's clearly saying here, like, Trump has some dirt on you, and he's in a weird, tough spot because he's associated with you and the things you did.
But if he denies anything, then that gives you political.
Then he's in your debt.
Did you say that gives you valuable PR and political currency?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is very interesting because that's kind of in itself a sort of smoking gun.
Yeah, I mean, the dog
like, hey,
that hasn't, the dog that hasn't barked is a weird. I looked it up. It's from a Sherlock Holmes thing, which basically means that the dog didn't bark because the murderer is someone that the dog was familiar with.
So it means that Trump, just for whatever reason, hadn't yet, like.
I don't know exactly how they're using it in these ways. I think they're saying Trump is familiar with all of these proceedings.
Yeah, and I mean, Jeff Epstein had said that Trump was his best friend, so that probably speaks to why he's so vindictive and so bitter after their falling out.
But I mean, that's the other thing too. Like,
if this guy was best friends with someone, you have to assume that for the duration of their relationship, they were absolutely partying and doing all the shit.
I mean, that's the thing. These emails, we already knew it all, right? That's what's funny. This is more just confirmation in light of everything we knew. In 1992, we have Trump and Epstein filmed partying together.
And they're being horny.
Yes, being disgusting. We have, in 2002, Trump telling New York Magazine, I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. He's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do. And many of them are on the younger side.
Why does he always
These guys were telling us this stuff the whole time. In 2003, as part of an incredibly revolting book celebrating Epstein's 50th birthday, Trump sends his weird birthday note that we've all gotten to see now. Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? It's just like, and then so many weird things. The Alex Acosta thing that basically lets Epstein off on his weird sweetheart
well, let's remind
deal.
people what that is. So Alex Acosta was the one who was the prosecutor who weirdly gave Jeff Epstein a lenient sentence when he was arrested and convicted in 2008.
2008.
And what did Alex Acosta go on to become? No, he didn't. Good answer, but
Trump nominates him to run the Department of Labor.
Whoa,
a position that he had no relevant experience going into that.
Well, it was probably very laborious, giving Epstein such a pass.
These guys have a massive history together. I mean, in 2016, Epstein said in another email that he's hanging out at Trump Tower a week after the election. I think Epstein said at one point that Donald Trump was his best friend for 10 years. It's like we've had all of this information. I mean, and now just Trump just piling on weird behavior. I mean, the treatment of Ghislaine Maxwell now getting sent to a kind of low security.
Which is like, why would you even need to do that? Don't you realize even when you're Trump, the optics of that are so fucking bad?
I mean,
She must still have some kind of poison pill or something.
I'm sure. I'm sure, as Michael Wolff was saying, there is clearly a debt here, right? I'm sure he's scrambling. I mean, the way he's behaving does seem like a man who can sense the...
You really think so? I honestly can't tell. I just can't tell with him anymore.
Did you see the quiet piggy thing today?
Yeah.
He's clearly... Can we play that real quick? I probably have.
Yeah, well, he'll find it. Let Emil find it.
Here, I've got it right here, actually.
He's on Air Force One, and an intrepid reporter, a woman, asked him about
the Epstein files.
Yeah.
And this is how he responded. I think...
It's unbelievable, man.
Sir, if there's nothing incriminating in the file,
Quiet, piggy.
I think he's...
Jesus.
I think this is why you see people normally resign in these situations, because there's no way to navigate this in a normal way. You're going to be an absolute psycho. And I also think he just realizes it's not going away. I think he... I was trying to remember. I couldn't remember we did the birthday book. We read through the birthday book and we did that episode.
It was very fun.
But by the time it came out, something huge had happened right after, and it seemed like the birthday book thing got buried, and I couldn't remember what it was.
What was it?
I can't remember. Like, I mean,
was
this
it
is
tariffs?
No.
China shutdown?
No. It's honest, dude. This whole year since he's taken office has been like one thing after the other. But the thing that seems to remain is that people do not want to let go of the Epstein files.
Yeah.
People are going to continue to press it, and I think he's going to break. I don't know. I also don't even want to say that. You know, they're the embarrassing. You know, like that Congressman Eric Swalwell. Pretty much every time there's an event, he's a Democrat, and he always tweets out like, "This is it, folks. It's finally happening." Everyone's like, "You're a moron." This dude wriggles out of everything. So, you know, who knows? The guy is Teflon. Nothing sticks to him.
He truly is.
But this is not going away.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Well, and that's what's tough for me about these is knowing the context of Jeff Epstein being a known liar, bullshitter, manipulator, opportunist, world-class pervert. And he also hated Donald Trump at this point. It's tough. You really do have to kind of take that all into consideration when you look at some of these messages, because it's like, okay, is this real? Is this the truth? Or is he trying to buy? Because you got to remember, Epstein's name has already been dragged through the mud at this point. He's been convicted of wrongdoing. He's trying to get out of it. He's trying to kind of, there's an air of him trying to almost switch positions with Trump, or at least that's what I would assume he hopes. But like, for example, he's talking to one of the main names that he was talking to is this former Obama administration prosecutor, Catherine Rumler.
I don't know how you
who now works for Goldman Sachs and is probably so embarrassed. I mean, all these people, it's like they're still out there. They're still living their normal lives. This lady's living, she's probably been just like, oh God, for years. When's it going to happen? Yeah. It's finally happening.
That's the thing. There are so many people like her that what's become apparent is that like everyone throughout this elite class, this is not a Republican thing.
Yeah.
Every elite has weirdly come in contact with this fucking freak.
I think the academics are innocent, and we said that about the book because one of the people he had correspondence with was some of his former colleagues, and those guys are just lovely dork nerds who were probably the most, aside from the victims, of course, probably were the most betrayed. Like, oh, Jeff, you were so, how could you do this? Those also don't.
But I think we made it was so long ago at this point, but I think we made the point that when we were going through the birthday book, there was a very real tone shift when it got to the academic colleagues thing. They were like, remember when we stayed up all night, working on that code or whatever?
Yeah.
And it was so, where every other section of the book was like, I can't get off if I'm not choking a child. Isn't that right, Jeff? We like this kind of stuff, don't we? And so I think you haven't seen the stuff come out where MIT professor is can't wait to rape again. Boy, do I love it.
Yeah.
But all of these other people.
I like to think that the professors
we'll
are
see.
innocent. But he had said to Catherine Rumler, here's a quote, "You see, I know how dirty Donald is. He's worse in real life and up close." They had a lot of correspondence. He invited her to a bunch of events. At one point, did you see her insult to New Jersey?
No. Catherine, it's on site.
She said the following, quote, "Think I'm going to drive. I will then stop to pee and get gas at a rest stop on the New Jersey Turnpike. We'll observe all of the people there who are at least 100 pounds overweight. We'll have a mild panic attack as a result of the observation, and will then decide that I am not eating another bite of food for the rest of my life out of fear that I will end up like one of these people."
Dude, there was a lot
Jesus
there was like a
Christ.
lot of insane
Lady.
there was a lot of insane digs.
That just people were making?
Yeah. I mean, there was one Larry Summers one where he basically made fun of women's IQs. There was, just so
in
many
the admissions or like something about
so many mean things in here.
Yeah. Well, because Larry Summers
That's the thing. A
is
lot
like
of
famous
it is
for that.
just gossip.
Yeah.
A lot of these emails is like just people being catty gossip queens.
Big time. Yeah, Larry Summers said something about how like liberals will forgive you if you've like beaten,
Oh my God.
beaten a child to death.
I think I have it.
But though, God forbid if you've hit on a woman. It's something like that. You pull it up. Hey everybody, this year the stock market is absolutely on fire. You got AI booming, of course. You've got the infrastructure build out for AI. You've got data centers, crypto. I mean, record highs are everywhere. Quantum stocks. It's too much, honestly. So do you want in, but you're a little worried about all the risk associated with all of that high flying cash? Here's your shot. MOOMOO and NASDAQ's second global paper trading competition. It is zero risk, high reward with a $200,000 prize pool to share. On top of that, the global top 3 winners can each grab up to $10,000 plus an exclusive NASDAQ trophy and a spot on the NASDAQ screen. This year's game is next level. They've got options trading, AI analysis, pre- and post-market sessions, and free NASDAQ total view with full market depth. Beginners or pros, everyone can compete.
And don't miss the account perks. Trade US, crypto, options, all in one app. Zero commissions, free pro tools, up to $1,000 NVIDIA stock, 8.1% APY on idle cash, plus up to $600 cash back for transfers. Our audience gets extra perks for joining the championship. New users earn an extra $5 cash reward, and funded users get 30-day real-time options quotes. Click the link in the description or comments to join and unlock these rewards. Let's trade like a pro. Oh, God. Okay. I mean, it's from a long email. We've been dancing around. Let's just get to some of the Larry Summers stuff because it's fucking insane. So he's emailing Jeff. He says, SoftBank deputy guy, I liked and seemed aware and honest son. The emails are all like they just...
Yeah, I didn't understand that sentence.
Yeah. Lots of slathering to Saudis. I yipped about inclusion. I observed that half the IQ in world was possessed by women without mentioning they are more than 51% of the population. Mnuchin plumbs new depths. War seems more likely than I used to think. DJT is the world's luckiest guy in terms of opposition, economy, etc. Still think his world...
Economy, you said? Economy?
Sorry, it is so hard to read when everything is like staccato.
Yeah.
And then this is what Ben was talking about. I'm trying to figure out why American elite think if you murder your baby by beating and abandonment, it must be irrelevant to your admission to Harvard, but hit on a few women 10 years ago and can't work at a network or think tank. Do not repeat this insight.
Oh, yeah. He put that in all caps. Do not repeat this insight. Like, wow, what an insight, brother. He also asked about Trump. Larry Summers asked Epstein if Trump does coke. He does not.
Yeah.
Which wasn't surprising to me. Larry Summers was sad about a girl who had blown him off for another guy.
Dude, this one is what's so weird. Okay, this is 2019. Can you just Google how old Larry Summers is real quick? Just here, I got it. He's 75. So He was 64.
Yeah.
This man is 64 years old.
And Epstein praised him for playing it cool. He said, "You reacted well. Annoyed shows caring. No whining showed strength." Then later, when Larry Summers said he was going to ghost a woman, Epstein said, "Good. She's already beginning to sound needy," with a smiley face, and then said, "Nice."
Dude, so this is what's so weird. 2019, so much stuff has come out about Epstein. Everyone knows he's a pedophile, and he's emailing him stuff like this. "We talked on phone. Then I can't talk later. Didn't think I can talk tomorrow." I said, "What are you up to?" She said, "I'm busy." I said, "Awfully coy you are." And then I said, "Did you really rearrange the weekend we were going to be together because guy number 3 was coming?" She said, "No, his schedule changed after we changed our plans." I said, "Okay, I gotta go. Call me when you feel like it." Tone was not of good feeling. I didn't want to be in a gift-giving competition while being the friend without benefits.
Ugh.
And then Jeff says, "She's smart, making you pay for past errors. Ignore the daddy. I'm going to go out with the motorcycle guy. You reacted well. Annoyed, shows caring. No whining, showed strength." The whole thing is like, I cannot believe this guy talks like this. The whole world is just run by the biggest fucking
Douchebags.
losers.
Yeah, I know.
It's unbelievable. And this guy's married. I mean, all of these guys, there's so many guys in here who are just.
Of course. I feel like their wives know. They got to know.
Well, this is the worst thing. I mean, I hate to do this to her, but his wife
She was emailing
is all over the emails. Elisa Summers is emailing Jeffrey Epstein asking about, because she needs funding. That's the thing. Everyone needs money.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, these emails.
Oh, she was asking for like 500 grand, right?
Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah.
And dude, dear Jeffrey, here's an invitation you can forward. Fingers crossed. I'm going upstairs to hunt for my copy of Lolita.
Oh, right. She wanted to give him Lolita.
Or we'll get on my Kindle and reread on our way to Australia. I may have lent it to one of my kids. I would recommend reading My Antonia by Cather next time you're on a long plane trip. The prose is gorgeous and the book has, come to think of it, similar themes to Lolita in that it's about a man whose whole life is stamped forever by his impression of a young girl. Yeah, that's one way to describe Lolita. Thank you for this help with Serena. I'm so sorry about what happened with WA. I will keep the bootleg episode and hope to release someday. It's so good and you were so kind to read the poem with me and you. We're so kind to make it happen. And then it's just a huge thread of her just begging for money. Like, need to get your advice about the renewal of the Templeton campaign. Also, my needs coming in the year of poetry in America. It's insane.
You can't deny that the man was well-traveled and loved the arts.
This is it's just like
and poetry. A lover of poetry.
Oh, yeah, here she goes. Larry has told me that you and a friend would like to contribute to my project. Hallelujah, and thank you a million times, Jeffrey. And that I ought to write up a proposal asking for $500,000. This is wonderful. If this comes to pass, the best way for that money to come, I think, is as a gift to poetry in America, an initiative at Ed Labs at Harvard University. This will give me discretion over its disbursement to Harvard X. Whatever, you get it. Just unbelievable. It's like money, there's nothing, there's no crime. As long as you have the money, people are going to come crawling to you. They don't care that you're a legendary pedophile.
Larry Summers also took a
or
trip.
that you're helping your husband fuck women.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, they'll keep your secrets.
And
they
look,
will.
I described Larry Summers as former Treasury Secretary, former...
He's a current Harvard professor.
Yeah, current Harvard professor. No longer the president of Harvard. But it's not just that. He's like... He's still a very influential guy, and he holds positions at the Center for American Progress. A lot of people were kind of pumping him as the, or at least like one of the people who were going to bring forward. You've heard people talk about like Project 2029. Democrats need their own.
I haven't heard that yet.
They don't have one exactly, but they're like, well, we need to have our own project to put forward. So like if and when we do regain power, we're ready to go.
We're bringing woke back.
Sure.
Bigger than ever.
But like Larry Summers has been, because of his work at Center for American Progress, people like, Democratic operatives like Neera Tanden are being like, Larry Summers is our guy.
Well,
We literally cannot do anything without having a
No.
pedophile all over it.
he said he had to release a statement saying, "I have great regrets in my life." No fucking kidding, dude. And he said, "My association with Jeff Epstein was a major error of judgment." Yeah, I would say a major ongoing error of judgment. Something to that effect.
I am curious because so he is stepping back from a bunch of things, but he's in so many places. I don't know. Even in New York Times reporting, they were reporting about him stepping back, and they were like, he's also does op-eds here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
with
no
that.
fucking kidding.
He works at Bloomberg TV. So
I wonder how many of these people are gonna kill themselves,
I don't.
like out of shame. Like, my life's over. My reputation is tarnished.
Larry Summers is going to be fine. He'll retreat into
Probably.
obscurity.
Nobody knows what he fucking looks like. I already saw him, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I forgot.
A lot of these people have money, whatever. They'll live out. I don't know if they're going to feel that much shame among their like elite class.
I mean, look how people were still talking to him after his conviction.
Who?
Epstein.
Oh, sure. I mean, dude, that's a perfect example. It's like these. Yeah, I don't know. These people need to be
He's a man
permanently purged from public life.
Hey, everybody, we got to take another quick break to talk about Shopify. When we first ventured out on this venture, we had no clue what we were doing, especially when it came to all things e-commerce, when we were selling merch, both online and at live shows. And we both thought, well, what can we do about that? Hey, we've heard of this Shopify thing before. Let's give it a shot. Let's check it out. And it was so easy.
They saved
that
our skins.
a couple idiots like us could do it.
Able to set up an online store, able to do use a POS system for when
Everything.
we were on the road. It was unbelievable.
And that's why, for millions of businesses, the tool they use and prefer is Shopify. It is the e-commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands that are just getting started. So why don't you follow suit, huh? Get started with your own design studio. They've got hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand style. They got a bunch of helpful AI tools that can write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product's photography. And it'll be like you got a whole marketing team behind you. You can create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling.
So turn your big business idea into cha-ching with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Baze. Go to shopify.com/Baze. Shopify.com/Baze.
I liked that Summers had taken a trip to Saudi Arabia, and he said that the Saudis, during a trip in 2017, thought Trump was a clown and dangerous on foreign policy. So what's really interesting is that it's not just a lot of mucky mucks stateside that think poorly of Trump. This whole thing goes international.
That is a perfect example. The reporting about, they think he's a clown, whatever. That was literally everybody until he took power.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they all fall in line to suck his dick. Literally, no matter who it is, every Republican who's fawning over him, you can find footage of them from 2015. J.D. Vance called him
Hitler.
the next Hitler.
It's pathetic, man.
Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, every single one of them were like, he's a dangerous despot. This demagoguery will not stand. And now they're like, please, sir, can I have another?
It really is pathetic because they act like we have no memory of it, and it's insulting.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we have? Clinton apparently never, ever went to the island. He emailed with Peter Thiel in 2014, but it was kind of inconsequential. I like this guy, Jonathan Farkas, another rich guy who was cheating on his wife. He had asked about a woman.
Is this the one who his wife is like the ambassador to
something? Yeah. Or no, he's like a shopping mall magnate or something. I think you're thinking of, was it Michael Wolff whose wife?
No.
It might be Farkas then. Well, anyway, he was cheating on his wife and was asking Jeff Epstein about some woman. And Epstein said she's not trustworthy at
Oh,
all.
yes, it is this one.
And then Jonathan Farkas writes back and goes, Jeffrey, please help me here. Is she a hooker? And Epstein wrote, no, she's just an alcoholic. And,
No, you got to read do you have the whole one? Because
I
the
don't.
way he wrote it is so insane. He goes like, liar, period, alcoholic, period. Just.
Oh, yeah. And then Farkas is still confused. Jeffrey, please help me here. Is she a hooker? He goes, no, but yeah.
All of these just pathetic weirdos.
Help. I need help.
Married and just
What do I do?
being led around like dogs by these women who don't want to give them the time of the day.
Yeah. There was more Michael Wolff. He asked about his colonoscopy doctor. Hey, how was that butthole doctor you went to, Jeff? But let's see. Dog that didn't bark. He's met some very bad. Oh, yeah. Epstein said in 2017 he's met some very bad people, but none as bad as Trump. Not one decent cell in his body. He also called Trump a maniac, showing early signs of dementia, said he was evil beyond belief and mad, which is really heavy coming from one of the most evil beyond belief, mad men that's ever
Right.
lived.
People wrote a 200-page book for his birthday being like, aren't you the most devilish man I've ever seen in my life? And he's like, this guy is pure evil. I've looked into the heart of the devil.
I like what he says. He's even worse up close. It's like, oh yeah.
I imagine, dude.
Those fool. You've seen those up close macro pictures of his fucking face.
And they take the one and put it next to the pig eye sometimes of his eye.
Oh, and it's in, yeah. Oh God. He's just fucking disgusting, man. When was the last time you think he had sex with his wife, Trump? Like, actually?
I would say maybe recently. You've seen this whole push. They're really trying to sell it.
Their relationship?
Yeah. Have you seen all the White House tweets?
Yeah, where it's like her kissing him on the cheek, and they're
being
like, wow, epic.
Wow.
Epic
Couple
husband.
of the year much?
Yeah,
it's so weird. And everyone's like, what are you doing?
Ugh. That I don't feel bad for her, but God, having to suck that thing off. Ugh,
Also, speaking of the speaking of all the people who fall in line to the power, whenever this stuff happens, the people who cannot help themselves but do the ephebophilia thing.
Oh, I've been seeing this word now. Yeah,
it's also, I know what it is now. If you know what that word is, red flag.
What is ephebophilia?
It's the people who, because they go, hang on, it's not fair to call them a pedophile because that implies they like fucking children. These people really like they really like 13 to 16-year-olds, which is ephebophilia. It's like, what is wrong? Why are you doing this? But so let's
because they're probably laying the foundation.
For Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby. And that is what I believed, and that was what I reliably was told for many years. And it wasn't until we heard from Pam Bondi that they had tens of thousands of videos of alleged, forgive me, they used to call it kiddie porn. Now they call it child sexual abuse material on his computer, that for the first time I thought, oh no, he was an actual pedophile. I mean, only a pedophile gets off on young children abuse videos. She's never clarified it. I don't know whether it's true. I have to be honest. I don't really trust.
What is your point here? She's saying for years.
She's saying that Trump being associated with this man doesn't necessarily translate to actual pedophilia, which is different from just being attracted to barely legal girls.
She
which
said,
is really smart because that's exactly what she needs to be doing.
but she said 15. That is not
Yeah, that
barely
is not barely
legal.
legal.
That's fully illegal.
I don't know what
and disgusting. You're talking about men in their like 50s and 60s. You're also talking about sex trafficking. So
Yeah.
she was kind of being like, and look, I was under the impression that these girls were like 14, 15, and I was like,
not
hey,
8.
have at it, okay? You know,
Yeah.
traffic away.
If they were 8,
Rape
then that
away.
would be a problem because they don't have breasts then.
But what the fuck?
Yeah.
What is your point, Megan? And it's like, these people cannot help themselves. Do you know who that guy Richard Hanania is?
Yes. Is he the guy who's formerly alt-right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not only alt-right, but like was writing under a pseudonym and was exposed and was talking about all kinds of like white supremacist bullshit. And I don't know how this guy is like become rehabilitated and people are like, he's just a good liberal now. Let Richard do his thing. But he linked to his own Substack and tweeted, to call being attracted to 17-year-olds pedophilia is basically calling all men pedophiles. It's like saying all white people are racist on account of the society they were born into. Reject all forms of bigotry. And then linked to his...
Reject all forms of bigotry.
and then linked to his Substack, Hitler, Demi Moore, and other pedophiles.
Why Demi Moore?
Dude, I clicked it. I couldn't make it through more than like a couple paragraphs. Apparently, Demi Moore got in trouble because recently she was on camera kissing a 15-year-old boy. And he was like, are we supposed to believe that's such a big deal? And it's like, yeah, that's gross, dude. What's wrong
Was
with
it
you?
for a movie?
No, it was like I had never heard of this.
Well,
Imagine being like, hang on, we got to reject all forms of bigotry. How dare you come for men who are attracted to 17-year-olds? Please click my Substack where I'm defending Hitler.
Yeah, it's like you said. It's not just the... Sure, if you want to say the like 60-year-old men being attracted to 15-year-olds, even if we give you that,
Which
it's
I don't think
completely diminishing the big thing, which is the sex trafficking and the manipulation and the years and years of abuse therein.
Yeah, and it's still illegal.
Yeah, it's not barely legal. What is she coming from a place where it's like 16 is the legal age? What is she thinking?
I also cannot believe this tweet is still up. I think it's so weird and presumptive to just be like, every guy is attracted to 17-year-olds and everyone's going to go along with me on this. This is not weird to say. And I'm putting my foot down. I'm standing up for the men who are afraid to say that they are attracted to 17-year-olds.
What was the Hitler thing in that?
Dude, I didn't get to the Hitler thing.
Oh,
I was
great.
like, it's a pretty long, if you want to see.
You don't say.
This is a pretty long post about how being a pedophile rocks and they shouldn't be made to feel marginalized.
Yeah.
I can Apple F a Hitler if.
No, it's okay. Hey, everybody. This episode of the Ben and Emil Show is brought to you by Booking.com. You know, I got to say, if you're one of those people out there who's trying to grow a vacation rental business, Booking.com is the place to be. It is one of the most downloaded travel apps in the world, and it's for a good reason. Since 2010, they've helped over 1.8 billion vacation rental guests find places to stay. That's billion with a B. 1.8 billion vacation rental guests. Jeez Louise. But here's the thing. Most vacation rental hosts don't even realize they can list their properties on Booking.com. And if you're not on the platform, your rental is basically invisible to millions of Booking.com travelers worldwide. After all, they can't book what they can't see, right?
But once you start listing on Booking.com, your property gets seen by a massive global audience of unique travelers. That means more visibility, more bookings, and more opportunity to accelerate the growth of your rental business. And it couldn't be easier. You can register your property in as little as 15 minutes, and nearly half of hosts get their first booking within a week.
Wow. So if your vacation rental isn't listed on Booking.com, it could be invisible to millions of travelers searching the platform. Don't miss out on consistent bookings and global reach. Head over to Booking.com and start your listing today. Get seen. Get booked on Booking.com.
American age of consent standards to foreign countries in previous eras, which we see in the Hitler was a pedophile discourse. Brother, Get out of there. Everyone, you're a reformed,
get out of there.
You're a reformed white supremacist. Why don't you just sit this one out?
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
Let's see. There was one last thing I wanted to talk about before we get on to Marjorie Taylor Greene, which is that one of the texts that was leaked, someone texted Epstein to calm him down because apparently the walls were starting to close in, and they were telling him, "Oh, don't worry. This is all just part of a bigger Trump takedown, and you're getting roped in. It's okay." And Epstein wrote back saying, "Yes, thanks. It's wild because I am the one able to take him down." Really, things that make you go,
I mean, definitely, I would say we have a smoking gun. I mean, it's just, I don't even know.
I don't know what else you need at this point, short of a Trump video of him fucking and sucking, and
They'd still find a way around.
yeah, they'd be like, he's a epiphilophebe. What's it called? What'd you say?
Ephebophile, I think.
A phebophile. He's an ephebophile. Well, I gotta give a shout out to Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Wait, also before you even do that, it is the Epstein stuff is very funny reading. It almost felt with some of them like he was just, I don't know. With some of these emails, they felt like just classic 2017 or like 2016 liberals. Like they were believing everything. Oh wow, Trump's really hung himself this time. Like he sounded like Eric Swalwell. There were a bunch of emails where like, this is what's going to take Trump down.
Well, at the time, it really did feel that way. Remember, it was just like thing after thing.
I know, but it's
after
so
thing.
funny to see like the elite cabal be like, oh, he's done it this time.
Yeah. I remember, I will always remember my mom watching Rachel Maddow, and it was when the tax things came out, and Rachel Maddow's like, we've got him. And my mom's excited, and I was like, Mom, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's not what you think it is. And Rachel Maddow sucks.
I'm sure you've seen the meme of it's like the
tweet,
the stupid looking skeleton guy with the MAGA hat on being like, get over it, lib. We're pro pedophilia now, libtard, whatever.
Yeah. It's basically where we're at. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, folks, you might remember her as is she a congressperson? She's a congresswoman, right? Yeah.
From Georgia. And
she has been perhaps the biggest, most ardent supporter of Donald Trump since 2015. And very QAnon coded. Yes.
Went full on.
She's a Facebook moron mom, a QAnon Facebook mom who somehow got into Congress and is dumber than a sack of potatoes.
You know what I think it is?
What?
I think it's more that she is obsessed with the attention she garners and everything.
Probably. There's an element of that.
Well, I think people just keep trying to like make sense of like, why is she talking like this now? Like, da-da-da-da-da. Because it's not just the Epstein files. She's like all of a sudden talking about like, why can't my kids afford healthcare? Why can't my kids afford to rent a place? She's still insane. Don't get me wrong. I mean, she can say as many things as she wants. It won't erase her psychotic record.
A win is a win. And in this case, the win is her. Basically, it's a big deal because, and I sent Emil this tweet over the weekend because it was such a big deal to have such a staunch Trump supporter singing a different tune is a really big deal.
I was moving this weekend, so I just did not see anything online. And Ben sends me this tweet, and I was like, "What the fuck am I looking at?"
Yeah, it started with Trump calling her out on Truth Social, saying, "I am withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman," in quotes, Marjorie Taylor Greene of the great state of Georgia over the past few weeks, despite my creating record achievements for our country, including blah, 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 blah. He stopping 8 wars, having trillions of dollars invested in the U.S. Jesus Christ. All I see is wacky Marjorie. All I see wacky Marjorie do is complain. It seemed to all begin when I sent her a poll stating that she should not run for senator or governor. She was at 12% and didn't have a chance. So, of course, Trump is saying the only reason she's doing this is because she's upset with him personally, which is fucking asinine. He could spit in her face and she would say thank you. She has told many people that she is upset that I don't return her phone calls anymore. Oh my God. I can't take a ranting lunatic's call every day. I understand that wonderful conservative people are thinking about primarying Marjorie in her district of Georgia.
Wait, you're also missing the funniest part of all this.
Oh shit, what?
So she's told many people she's upset that I don't return her phone calls anymore. But with 219 congressmen/women, 53 U.S. senators, 24 cabinet members, almost 200 countries, and an otherwise normal life to lead, I can't. Brother,
That is so
what about
funny.
your life is normal?
Yeah.
It's just like an otherwise normal life to lead.
Yeah. I can't take it. That's so fucking funny. And then he goes on to say, she has gone far left, which should tell you a lot about what far left means to this guy and to the Republican Party. When you so much as just go in the other direction, you're as good as far left. Wait, what did the rest of it say? You still have it. There it is. She has gone far left, even doing The View with their low IQ Republican hating anchors. And then thank you for attention to this matter. But she was not on just Epstein. She was criticizing Trump for meeting with foreign leaders repeatedly and not focusing on America first, which is what he campaigned on. She called him out on gaslighting Americans who voted for him regarding things like grocery prices and affordability, which I thought it's very, very brave and bold, knowing what you're going to, I got to give her that, knowing what you're going to get back in return, which is what she's getting. She's getting death threats and things like that, to the point where she tweeted out that she's got to get private security. I am now being contacted by private security firms with warnings for my safety. The man I supported and helped get elected, because it's being, the threats against me are being fueled and egged on by the most powerful man in the world. Aggressive rhetoric attacking me has historically led to death threats and multiple convictions of men who are radicalized by the same type of rhetoric being directed at me right now, this time by the President of the United States. I now have a small understanding of the fear and pressure the women who are victims of Jeffrey Epstein and his cabal must feel. Wow. As a Republican who overwhelmingly votes for President Trump's bills and agenda, his aggression against me, which also feels the venomous nature of his radical internet trolls, many of whom are paid, this is completely shocking to everyone. I mean, she's really kind of going scorched earth here, it seems. And she even had a moment of self-reflection. She was being interviewed on CNN's State of the Union, and anchor Dana Bash noted on Sunday when she was being interviewed that Trump has attacked or criticized others, but Marjorie Taylor Greene didn't speak out then until the attacks were directed at her. And she said, Dana, I think that's fair criticism. And I would like to say humbly, I'm very sorry for taking part in the toxic politics. It's very bad for our country, and it's been something I've thought about a lot, especially since Charlie Kirk was assassinated.
It's insane seeing her talk like this.
It is. I'm like, good for you. I still disagree with you on a lot of things, but this is a nice step in the right direction.
I think it was maybe a different show on CNN when it was right after Pelosi retired, and she just kind of had all these warm words for her, and I was like, what am I watching? I mean, this
was it based on like woman stuff? Like, hey, you're a woman
basically
too?
just like she respects, she respects everything she did and her going out on her own terms and stuff. I think if this was any time before all of this, if this was any time in 2024, she would have been like, I'm glad she's stepping down. She's a disgusting woman.
Yeah.
She's a disgusting lib. She's turning our country trans, and she wants to make.
They're gonna cut off Florida and turn it into a vagina.
I mean, it would have been something like that.
Yeah.
And
no, I totally agree.
She's a completely different person. And
we'll see how long it lasts.
I think, as I was saying before, I do think there is. I mean, who knows? It's probably also a lot of hopeful thinking, but I do think something is happening with Trump, and
that's big if you think that.
He's also old as hell, and I think that a lot of people are realizing that the glue that holds this entire thing together is Trump. I also think the election the election a couple of weeks ago shocked a lot of people, and people have pointed out this thing. There's this pattern. When Trump's on the ballot, Republicans win. When Trump's in office, they lose. They go, because Trump's very good at riling everyone up and going like, yes, everything is really bad. Like he's right. We got to get him in there. And then he gets in and everyone's going, holy shit. I didn't know it was going to be like this. Jesus Christ. They're going to be rounding people up and snatching school teachers.
Prices are going to be high.
Yeah. And they go, Jesus Christ, we got to get him out of there. And so it's this like, people see, without him, there's no juice left. There's no glue holding this thing together.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to start to see people try to pave their own way here. I think that's what you're seeing a little bit.
I wonder what's going on behind the scenes.
And did you see the like people being like, we're taking off our MAGA hats?
I don't know if I believe that those are real.
I don't believe it either. I mean, we'll see. But
everything is fake.
they're like, the MAGA movement is over and it's now the America First movement.
Which is great. It's nice to see some populism that seems to be somewhat party agnostic.
I'm sure the America First movement will be just as racist, xenophobic, nativist as
all
MAGA.
you got to do is look at fucking Matt Walsh's tweet. God, I fucking hate that guy.
But I do think that like without Trump at the helm, these things become much more fringe.
Yeah.
And I mean, this whole thing, it feels like at the very least something has broken in the sense that Trump won in last November, and then people were talking about like the culture shift. They've won the culture war, and it's like
woke is over.
Woke is over, and not only that, it was like cool to be this weird young fascist freak. And New York Magazine was running all these spreads about like inside the Trump election parties where like DC tastemakers and whatever. I was like, what is this?
Dasha Niskrova or whatever.
Truly, it feels like everything is snapped back where everyone was like, wait, it's fucking not cool to be a fascist. These people are Nazis. Like, what the fuck?
It's interesting because a lot of them are gay men.
Are they?
Yeah. I was just looking at the Instagram account. I can't remember his name, but he's a really, really good looking guy. He's got glasses, and he was big during the Milo era. But he's one of those New York fashy Republican guys who's clearly no, it wasn't Michael Cohen. That poor schmuck. Jesus. Shit. I wish I could remember his name, but it's all just him hanging out at like super posh looking parties and events with art people and stuff. And it's like, wait, these people are like Democrat code. It kind of breaks your brain a little bit, but God damn it, I wish I could remember his name. But there were a lot of gay gentlemen who were there. Not that gay people can't be Republicans. They sure can. Peter Thiel.
I mean, sure. They were pushing to get the Supreme Court to take another crack at gay marriage, but have at it.
Well, we'll see. I am glad that I believe in people's ability to sense these things, and I'm with you. There is a little bit, less so than you, but I have a bit of a sense that something has shifted and something is changing, and perhaps there's posturing going on behind the scenes that we are not privy to about what comes next and what happens after Trump. Because they've got to be thinking ahead. They're nobody's talking about Trump 2028 anymore because they know he's going to be old as shit, if not dead.
I feel like he's the only one that's kind of either universally beloved or like, I don't know, not beloved, but they at least respect him enough to be like, okay, that's the guy. Mm-hmm. Everyone else is like, dude, they're not going to go for JD Vance. Some people will, some people like JD Vance, but I mean, the amount of people who are just who have already said the gnarliest things because he's married to a brown woman.
Oh, I know.
Is just like, but who knows? Maybe he'll do the ultimate Chad move and move in on Erica Kirk. And then we'll know he's truly America first.
Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough out there. I really hope that this turns into something bigger, but it's interesting seeing the people out there who are going after Marjorie Taylor Greene. And then looking at all the replies, they're like, fuck you, get off Trump's dick. So it is
interesting.
There's a lot of...
It feels like something has shifted. And again, I do want to temper this. I'm not like hopeful. Mm-hmm. It feels like something has broken a little bit.
Yeah.
And the one thing I do know is that politicians and ordinary people seem to not want to let the Epstein thing die
Yeah.
as much as, and look,
Because we just want to know at this point.
but that's the other thing. Trump is going to do everything he can to try to make people forget.
Yeah.
I think he was probably already planning for a Venezuela invasion, but that might have gotten bumped up a week or so. Who knows? I obviously would really like that to not happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, all the ghouls are coming out. Brett Stevens just came out and did his why I support regime change in Venezuela. It's like, dude, what
Did
are
you see
doing?
Maduro's video?
No.
It's I shouldn't say funny, but you know, he's got his accent and he's like, to the people of America, no war. Peace. I don't want war.
Yeah, we don't want it either, pal. You're talking
Yeah.
about,
Same, brother.
you're talking to the wrong guy.
Man. And yeah, the shit going down in Mexico is gnarly. I wonder what's going to happen there. I don't even understand what's going on there. But what was I going to say about Trump? Shit.
But you like him and you think he's cool.
I like him and I think he's cool. Wait, what?
You were actually a big Epstein guy until these. but
Yeah,
you said
until all this stuff happened.
You said this changed your mind a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I followed him for his financial stuff, of course.
Yeah.
Which is like that's another thing. There's like no record of him doing any big deals, or it's just such a it's JFK all over again, man. It's just one of those things that we'll have to ask God when we die. Hey, what was really going on there?
We actually might.
Well, because now, according to the Epstein brother, how are we going to know?
They're going to scrub everything.
How are we going to know what's really like what's
I mean, we're
what,
already
dude?
kind of there, though. I mean,
I guess.
like we were saying,
I don't
when
understand
people
why.
are like release the Epstein files, it's like they just released 20,000 of his emails. I'm like, is that not the Epstein files? If that's
Yeah.
not the Epstein files, I feel like the Epstein files are going to make us go crazy. Our
Yeah.
heads are going to explode.
And also, I don't understand. And this is no shade against the victims, but when the victims are coming out, why don't they just start shouting out the names of the people that they serviced?
I do think they've. I think a lot of them made a bunch of deals, and there's a lot of NDAs and a lot of
They could get sued into
confidentiality
oblivion.
agreements. Yeah,
Well, because
exactly.
there's probably, I mean, I'm sure if they said, you know, whatever name, they could get sued into oblivion.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about people with
Yeah.
massive amounts of
Yeah,
wealth.
that's
here.
true. So that is frustrating when I see people. What? They're on Twitter and they're like, why don't they just call out by name? Huh?
Yeah,
Makes you wonder. Yeah,
Easy.
fuck you.
easy to.
Yeah, because people don't want to die to death. Well, should we round it out with Bill Ackman making? God, this guy's addicted to making a dickhead out of himself, isn't he?
He really is. I mean,
His name is Bill Ackman. Bill like dollar and ack like activist man, because that's the science of naming. It's what he was meant to do.
What is it? He really subscribes to the theory of nominative
Namology.
nominative determinism. I think it's called.
Wow.
He thinks that whatever, like if your name is
John Hamburger, you're going to work at McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He thinks that like Ben is basically a con man.
Yeah, because my last name is Con.
That's what his
So see, I wouldn't do business with you because you're a con man.
yeah,
Fuck
and
you.
And so he explained this to someone in an interview, and then they said, "Okay, so what's yours, Bill Ackman?"
It's like, well, Bill, like a dollar, and I'm an activist investor, and Ackman is my last name, so it just kind of makes sense.
Activist man.
Activist man.
They really, I don't. This
God,
guy
I wish my name was like Sammy Spider-Man or something.
but you'd have to be Spider-Man.
I would love to be Spider-Man, wouldn't you?
What does he think I'm supposed to do? With,
DeRosa? You're probably a florist. You'd be a great florist.
I like
It's the 12-year-old theory, man. He's just a 12-year-old going, maybe everybody should do what their name says. Maybe everybody should do what their name tells them. That's what I think. Anyway, he tweeted, I hear from many young men that they find it difficult to meet young women in a public setting. In other words, the online culture has destroyed the ability to spontaneously meet strangers. As such, I thought I would share a few words that I used in my youth to meet someone that I found compelling. I would ask, may I meet you? before engaging further in a conversation. I almost never got a no. It inevitably enabled the opportunity for a further conversation. I met a lot of really interesting people this way. I think the combination of proper grammar and politeness was the key to its effectiveness. You might give it a try. And yes, I think it should also work for women seeking men as well as same-sex interactions. Just 2 cents from an older, happily married guy concerned about our next generation's happiness and population replacement rates. Can you imagine going up to someone and saying,
May I meet you?
May I meet you?
May I meet you? Just getting fucking pepper sprayed. No, okay. I get okay.
Wow, apparently you're not a fan of good grammar and politeness. What a bitch. Fuck you. You know what? Actually, fuck you, bitch.
It's
So many women have been sharing screenshots of their DMs with
just
men
everyone
saying,
doing May I meet you.
yeah, which is pretty funny. I mean, if you're going to do it to someone
You got to
who's-
do it in person though, like you said.
Yeah, which
His
is
whole thing-
extra. It works for, not, doesn't work, but
Oh, you've been doing it.
it would be, but it's more conducive to DMs, don't you think?
Yeah,
you haven't
it makes
met
way
yet.
more sense.
Yes, but he's saying to go up to someone and say,
It's
may I meet
A
you?
deranged thing to
It's
do.
it's like something an alien would say.
May I meet you?
May I meet you?
If
You
someone-
are right now.
If a man uninterested romantically came up and said, "May I meet you?" I'd feel nervous. I'd say, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, are you from here? Is English your
Like,
first
what-
language? Are you Nordic?
I mean, I appreciate anyone.
Hello, may I meet you?
I appreciate
Hello.
anyone encouraging people
Sure.
to meet in person, but this is just a. He also just could have been like, replace that with anything. He's basically just saying,
Do what I did. It
what
worked.
What I did was just walk up to women and ask them if I could talk to them.
I was a really rich, handsome guy in the 80s in New York. And what worked for me? Going up to women and asking a fucking
Yeah.
charmingly stupid, disarming question, such as, may I meet you?
The real thing, there's no real, there's everyone
Secret
wants,
to meeting women?
Yes. Because this whole thing, this is probably one of the more innocent examples of this, but like there is just an army of online creators. I think Andrew Tate is probably the most famous one where he's like,
All you got to do is go up to a woman, honk her
Right.
boobs, and say, fuck you, bitch.
right.
Go
And then
out
they-
to dinner with me. I
And
don't
then
know how
they,
he sounds.
they pay for his course or whatever, and
Yeah.
they go talk to a woman and creep her out, and then it just like drives them further into the arms of these freaks. There's no cut and dry secret. I think, what's funny? Someone pointed out, okay, so there's a Reddit. I think it's
whoa.
r/seduction.
Ooh.
And it's funny.
Ooh.
I went on after someone pointed it out because so many of them are, they're basically just inselling themselves and coming so far around that they're convincing themselves that the secret is just becoming a more well-rounded person, which is the secret. But like they've become so incel coded that they're like, okay, guys, figured out this crazy hack. What you have to do is get a hobby and get like really into it. And then
Go to the gym.
you go to the hobby and there's women there. And like, if you know stuff about it, you can talk to them and stuff. And it's like,
Oh,
my guy,
brother.
you're right there. Get off the subreddit and just be a person.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so, here, wait, I had this one.
Ugh. These poor guys.
This one's a big one. 553 upvotes. Why I quit dating apps forever and what I do now instead. I'm not even gonna.
Wait, should we just do this in the bonus? Should we
Yeah,
tease
maybe
it?
we should. This is a
Yeah.
long time to get into.
All right, folks, we're going to go into the bonus now. BenandEmilShow.com. First 7 days are free, so why don't you go there, try it out, support the show. Okay, if you enjoyed the show, why don't you go ahead and leave a comment, let us know what you thought, and we'll talk to you later, okay?
Bye. We
All right,
love you.
bye, love ya.
Coming up on this week's episode of BenandEmilShow.com.
Criminals aren't going to take the copper wiring again. They cemented over there's like a service hatch in the ground, cemented over
Oh,
it.
is that what happened? That's why they went out?
Yeah. These people steal the copper wire.
How do you even get in there?
It's just a thing that it's just
just
a
a hatch you can
plastic
pop
thing. You
open?
can pop it open, but why would you or I think to do
Right.
that? Because why are we going to tamper with the street
It's like when you
lights?
say, what's to stop anyone from bombing whatever?
Yeah.
Well, highlights from the 33rd parallel.
Transmitting this information to you this day of your time in the Sedona vortex, this very powerful interdimensional gate.
Am I related genetically to my friend's hybrid son? What is happening here?
Ah, shit. Maybe that's why his eyes are closed, because he can't. Yeah.
Your fucking dreams are shit. Like,
Dreams are important.
like, that's impressive. I mean, he's a horrible person, but